So this will kind of follow after the story time that I did, but this is why I stuck to traditional art in the end. So as you know, if you watched the previous video, I got a Wacom. It's just the one that you draw and look at the screen. The Intuos pronunciation has left me, but I got that, was drawing. I even still have my drawing account. It's bad, it's rough, but that was at the time when I was like 18, just getting back into drawing, did a bit of graffiti, and now I want to pursue digital art. And I made every step and every mistake that you could think of. As a digital artist, I knew nothing. I had no understanding whatsoever of how anything worked, and it was just all new. And eventually, like 6 months in, drawing every day, drawing every now and then, I figured it out, and I got better, and I watched more in order to understand and educate myself and become well versed and better at drawing digitally. Now there's some perks to it, of course, the Control Z, being able to draw so freely, being able to make less mistakes or almost none. If you know what you're doing, you know, but then again, mistakes and different things will always happen, like drawing on the wrong layer, messing up your flow, your routine, your whatever you're doing. So I was pretty happy with what I was doing digitally, and when I made the move to do conventions, I kind of thought to myself that, well, yes, you can do digital art, you know, we can draw this, we can do this, but I was looking at my artworks from design school and from the art that I did for, I'm so sorry, I was looking at all of the art that I did in design school and for the previous job, which was at the tattoo studio, and that was just stuff that people were helping me with and to increase my knowledge and understanding and my drawing skills and technical ability. And I was looking at those and I thought to myself, well, I think this is where I do well. This is where things work out. I was also posting on social media and I could kind of gauge people's reactions and what they thought of it. And I felt that my skill level on paper was far superior than my skill level on digital. So that kind of spurred the moment where I realized, no man, in a world where everyone wants to be digital artists, everyone wants to be doing super well and being able to produce these crazy artworks, and I know there's amazing digital artists, there's amazing that just blow anyone and everything out of the water, and you don't even know how they've got skill levels like that. And there's people that can do both really insanely well, like crazy. But at the time, I just felt like I was so far away from becoming good, from reaching that level, and I already had something here. There was already something that was nurtured, that was growing for traditional art. So why not continue? Why not pursue that? Why not focus on that? And that's what we did. So leading up to the first convention, I just focused on pen, blue, black, pen, and pencil. And we just went in, and I did all the fan art stuff that I liked, that I wanted to do, things that were perceived as difficult, but I wanted to show that it was possible and that you could do it, and that more importantly I could do it, and my technical ability was there. Because at the time, when I came to the tattoo studio, there was a bunch of stuff that I wanted to do and I wanted to draw, and of course it was these super cool like images or reference stuff, and I couldn't do those. I had to start from a certain point, like humbly just accept that you need to start from point A and not just start at Z, which was different for me. It's not my norm, it's not from what I usually do. I always jump at whatever I want to do and figure it out. So when I left there, I was like, okay, maybe it's time we start doing our own stuff, you know. And that's where the Ultron piece came, that's where the Pennywise piece came, that's where the Skull and the Snake came, all of those things in part happened between and after that job. So getting into I'm making a lot of mistakes in this video, I apologize. Getting into traditional art was the best bet for me, because I just, in every respect right now, I prefer it. The tactile nature of it, the pencils, the technical ability that it requires to make less mistakes or fix those mistakes, and understanding how things work is on a different level than digital, in my eyes. This is now my opinion. This is just my way of looking at it. It's much harder to achieve what you've done on digital on paper. I firmly believe that. And for some people, they can do the exact same. They can do both, and that is crazy. Congratulations, that's amazing. But for me, my focus was to really hone in and make that sucker like look good in pencil, and make it shine, and learn how to do texture, and learn how to make that, like, this specific aspect of this character or this person look that way, how to get the eyes right. I was never good at portraits. I was never good at working with pen, drawing with pen. There was many different aspects where I was like, listen, you're not good at this, you're not good at this, you're not good at this. So what are we going to do? We're going to do micro portraits, we're going to do artworks in pen, and we're going to figure it out. And design school and the job kind of both helped in that aspect, because they also pushed me to learn the different mediums and to work with the different tools. And that made me more confident and less scared as someone who was at that time like beginner artist, mid-level, whatever. And so the talent wasn't really talenting, is the model of the story for my traditional art. It was good, and it was good skills, but it needed to be honed, it needed to be done better and sharpened, and I needed to train my eyes more to look at things, to break things down, to understand things, my anatomy skills, all of this stuff, to better learn and better understand that this is where I am currently in traditional art, and that is where I need to be. You know, this is where I am, this is where I need to be. This space in between is where the work needs to happen. And we need to look at all the different points of what are we bad at, what absolutely sucks, and we need to work on those immediately. And I firmly believe that makes you a better artist, but also you can kind of hide some of those things in digital art. You can just put your best forward, and you can also do that, to play devil's advocate, you can also do that in traditional art. But my point is just that if you pursue certain things like realism or specific styles or anything, it can show through on traditional art, and your use technically of pencils or pens or whatever can also show through based on how it looks at the end result or throughout the process. And that can really teach you. It can really humble you as well, and let you know like you're not the bee's knees, brother. So I stuck to traditional art because there was a love there, the growth was there already, I was being pushed in that direction. Not a lot of people, I think, anymore, especially when I do conventions and stuff, there are not a lot of people that do traditional art, at least my side, that even sketch or do anything like that traditionally. And I'm still surprised by that today, because for me it's a no-brainer. It's where everything started, it's where everything should end, is a piece of paper and a pencil, and I stand by that. So it was just, yeah, it was a no-brainer. It was the best option, the best bet of what I could do, and I just put my best foot forward, and I hope for the best, hope things would work out, and we are now.